Adam Lovell, the wrestling snob, here with you once again. I'm from WrestlingDoneRight.com. Go there, follow me on all my social medias. I'm all about pro wrestling. I do discuss some other companies here or there on my Facebook and Twitter on occasion, but I'm 99% Noah. And here, of course, on my YouTube channel, I am all Noah all the time. I'm here to look back at some shows I missed when I was on my excursion, when I went to some American companies, WWE, for example, and tried to like them, tried to embrace them now that craphead McMahon is gone and Triple H is running things, and it is much improved, but it's still so sports entertaining. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So I'm back here to fill in some time during a break between Pro Wrestling Noah shows to watch some of the shows I missed. And right now I'm watching Noah the New Year from January of 2024. I can't recommend the show. Overall, the show was a 5 out of 10. The main event was one of the worst matches I've ever seen in my life, but it had some good matches. But I'm talking about the two best matches on the show. I already covered on another video, check it out, Tomohiro Ishii versus Masa Kitamiya. Incredible. Now I'm here to talk about the other incredible match on that card for the GHC Heavyweight Championship. Former friends, former allies, former members of Congo that is now disbanded. I'm talking about none other than Manabu Soya challenging Kenoh for that championship. I love the little video package before this, both of them dressed in samurai outfits. Now, someone's going to say, I thought you didn't like sports entertainment. No, this is not sports entertainment. This is Japan, people. This is where the samurai were legit. And a Japanese wrestler, warrior, dressing up like a samurai with a big sword during their promos. It's just, it's just honoring their culture. It's just telling us these are two warriors going toe to toe. They're going to drop their swords and they're going to fight. They're going to battle for the prestigious prize of the GHC Heavyweight Championship. And man, both guys looked incredible in the promo, and they both looked incredible in this match. I am thrilled that Manabu Soya has broken out, that he's not just the enforcer of Congo, that he's not a guy who loses a lot, that he is being taken serious and coming out as a major contender for one of the biggest titles in the world, if not the biggest, in my opinion. And Kenoh is the warrior. Kenoh is the man. Kenoh is one of my favorite wrestlers in this world. I think he should have the GHC title now, even though they're focusing on the youth movement with Kaito Kiyomiya. I like Kiyomiya. He's grown on me a lot, but man, Kenoh is incredible. And they start slow, which is how a fight should start. Now, Ishii and, Kitamiya didn't start slow. They just started tearing into each other because that's their style. But two fighters, two warriors, two samurai, right? They wouldn't just start clashing swords as if this was Star Wars, right? They would take their time. They would feel each other out. And that's what went on here. I mean, there were some good, decent moves from both men. Some nice suplexes, nice kicks, nice clotheslines, and then backing off and coming back in, getting a lock up, and nailing someone with a forearm or a clothesline, backing up and locking back up. That was the first quarter to half of this match because they had to get a feel for each other. They were slowly trying to wear the other one down, right? To where they could get him in a position that they could win the match. And that happened just a little over halfway in the match when Manabu Soya did something I've never seen him do before. It's not anything incredible, but I've never seen Soya do it. Kenoh's outside the ring and he hits a tope suicida. It just looks amazing. You could see it in the screen captures I have by going here. It was something to behold just because Manabu Soya did it. But not just that. He climbs to the top rope and delivers a leaping, flying lariat from the top rope onto Kenoh, and then his Death Valley driver. I mean, I thought it was over. Holy hell, Manabu Soya's hitting those moves. And no, Kenoh is one of the best wrestlers in the world in regard to absorbing punishment. Any of you that are old enough here with the old man wrestling fan, myself, Adam Lovell, if you're with me, if you're up there in age a little bit, you'll remember Ole Anderson often saying, I will take 3 punches from you so long as I can get in 1. That's Kenoh. Kenoh seems to almost be willing to take punishment just so he can lure his opponent in. It really feels that way. He's such a good wrestler. He's such a good defensive wrestler that he will eat moves, that he will take them, bring them to me, because he'll lull you into a false sense of confidence and then defeat you. And that was his game plan here. Clearly, he hits a big dragon suplex on Manabu Soya, and then starts delivering those running penalty kicks, okay, to the chest area, sternum of Manabu Soya. But Manabu Soya hits the mat with his back and raises back up like Frankenstein or something. Ugh! You know, no, I'm not going to go down to these kicks. They hurt like hell. They're knocking me down, but no, I will not go down to these penalty kicks, Kenoh, and instead locks on a sleeper hold, a chokeout hold, big time on Kenoh, and things did not look good for Kenoh, but he did manage to get to the ropes. This inspired Kenoh. He's up. He's doing the incredible, shoulder flex pose where you put your arms together with his mouth hanging open, screaming at Manabu Soya, letting him know, I don't care how big you are, I don't care how powerful you are, you will not take this title from me. Soya answers with a clothesline from hell. I mean, absolute miserable clothesline. Looked brutal. And Kenoh recovers and locks in his crossface, his crippler crossface, if you will. I believe he has another name for it. I don't recall what that is. But this looked like the end for Soya, especially when the referee and Noah isn't going to call for a break whenever they're in the ropes. You've got to literally be draped on the ropes for the referee to stop it, not touching it with your fingers or something. But he does finally get the rope, break it up, and responds with another driving Death Valley driver to Kenoh. But Kenoh again is up and hits a snapdragon suplex and holds on with a bridge. But nope, that didn't do it either. Both of these men, much like Ishii and Kitamiya, were inspired to not go down. Okay, this is traditional, perfect, wonderful Puresso, if you will, right? It was great. Both men kept going. Manabu Soya delivers a brainbuster from the top rope, but doesn't get the pin. Kenoh responds with big spinning kicks and more kicks from on the ground. Manabu Soya is eating them in his mouth and finally hits the professional foot stomp, the PFS, off the top rope. Everybody thought that was it, but nah, didn't happen. Manabu Soya kicking out of the PFS. Now, look, not a big fan of people kicking out of finishing moves, but this was tremendous and got the crowd incredible. I thought Soya was going to become the new champion. The crowd believed this. Kenoh hits, he sort of missed he does a move where he has a double knee drop, right? But this one is the one where he turns backwards on the top rope, does a flip and hits the knees. The knees barely hit Soya. And I thought this was going to be it for Kenoh. I thought, man, that was a big miss. Didn't miss him completely, but they did not hit in an effective manner to awe the crowd. But Kenoh realizes that and just hits tremendous spin kicks to Manabu's head over and over, and finally locks in his crossface, his crippler crossface, is the move Bryan Danielson does, right? Is Kenoh destruction, whatever he calls it. Again, I'm not good at remembering the names of moves. I've never been good at that. But it's an incredible crossface and pulls back to the point it looks like the short neck of Manabu Soya is going to snap, and Manabu Soya taps out. Kenoh retains the GHC championship. This was a 10 out of 10 match. This was pure so heaven. This was wrestling done right. This is the kind of match I dream of seeing every time I watch wrestling. Goji Ozaki comes out and confronts Kenoh, so he's going to be his first opponent, or his next opponent, for that GHC championship. But at that point, I didn't care. I'm still relishing in the greatness that was this match. Must see. If you have Wrestle Universe, go back to the archives and watch these two matches from Noah New Year. Again, the card, honestly, is a 5 out of 10 card, unfortunately. It sounds like, hey, it's Noah versus New Japan. That should be awesome. Overall, it was not. I'm being honest. I love Noah, but I'm being honest. It wasn't a great card. But these two matches were stellar match of the year candidates, honestly. Going back and doing that, I'm going to remember that, okay, when I start deciding my match of the year. These two are definitely in contention. Amazing. Must see.